It's fabulous for me to be here with Cath Livesey. Cath is the global founder of Accessible Prophecy, a ministry seeking to help people hear God speak and to empower churches in developing healthy prophetic cultures. As many of you know, Kerry leads Accessible Prophecy here in the UK. So Cath, thanks so much for joining us. And we're asking leaders what the big question is at this important time, the defining question for this defining moment.
Thanks, Si, and it's great to have this chat with you today. Yeah, well, I brought I brought a little clue, a little visual prompt, because I feel that my question would be: are we ready for the right kind of stretch? And with an elastic band, there are two ways that you can stretch an elastic band. There's a good way to be stretched, you know, the classic way, but there's also kind of the bad way to be stretched, where we try and stretch the elastic band. I don't know if you call it sideways. And as I've been thinking about the last year and everything that's been going on, I think for a lot of us, it feels like we've been stretched in the wrong way. So we've been stretched in all sorts of ways that have felt really unnatural, really uncomfortable. We've had to do things that wouldn't necessarily be in our skill set. And I think for pretty much everybody, it's felt really, really uncomfortable. So I've been thinking about how we transition from being stretched sideways as an elastic band to being stretched long ways. And so I guess my question is, as a Jesus-shaped people, how are we going to, first of all, heal from the discomfort and the pain of the wrong sort of stretch? And I feel there needs to be a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a space for that healing to happen. And then allowing ourselves to be stretched the right way. And when I think about us as Jesus's body here on earth being stretched the right way, for me, what that means is, you know, every single one of us has been wired, has been created, has been made by God to occupy a certain role, to serve the church in a certain way. And for me, being stretched in the right way is about completely leaning into that. So we could use fivefold language, you know, so you know, I know you're a fivefold apostle, Si, I'm a fivefold prophet. So for me personally, as a fivefold prophet, I'm asking myself, as we recover from the bad sort of stretch and allow Jesus to stretch us in the right sort of way, what does it mean for me as a prophet to be fully stretched into that role, so that I'm serving my church, I'm serving my community, I'm serving my neighborhood, fully stretched as a prophet? And that will still feel like a stretch, but I feel it's going to feel like a holy, divine, godly stretch, the right sort of stretch, the stretch that Jesus has designed us for. And I think in order for all of us to be in that place of godly stretch, we're going to have to let go of some things. I think we're going to have to let go of any sort of consumer type attitude to church, you know, I'm just going to church so that I can receive. I think we're going to have to put down, we're going to have to surrender any sort of thinking around a clergy laity divide. It's about all of us as the body of Christ saying, yes, this is how God has shaped me, and I'm prepared to be stretched by Jesus fully into what he has made me to be. So, and I think as we do that, as we all embrace the right sort of stretch, that's going to prepare the way for the river of God to flow out across our neighborhoods, our communities, and our nations. So yes to the right sort of stretch, getting healed and restored after the wrong sort of stretch.
Wow, Cath Livesey, thank you very much indeed.